Welcome to the channel. In this one I'm going to talk about Freelance Chucky and his partner Akanke. Akanke from the channel Back to Nature. Before we go ahead, rest in a well state to Freelance Chucky and condolences to his family. Rest in a well state to Ross Anthony and condolences to his family. This is Upside the World TV, the channel where family, friends and folks can dialogue with an open mind. What's the latest on Freelance Chucky partner Akanke? Has anyone heard from her? I understand that in a time like this, all that has happened with regards to Chucky's situation can be a lot to process, and that it would be unwitting for anyone to expect her to openly be available to the public, especially if she and Chucky were still in good terms. But in regards to what has happened to her, I'm talking about way before the alleged accident, as what they give as cause of Chucky's death. Akanke had not uploaded a video on her challenge since March 22, 2024, which is about a month and a half ago. A little bit about Akanke and Chucky. Chucky and Akanke are presumed and assumed to be a couple. The first video uploaded of them was on November 20, 2023 on Akanke's Back to Nature channel. In the video, Chucky took Akanke to Somerset Falls in Portland, Jamaica to enjoy the scenery and the waterfall. The experience was next level and breathtakingly beautiful, said Akanke. From there, they would take turns showing off their country to each other. Chucky went first. He started by teaching Akanke how to cook ackee and saltfish, Jamaica national dish. Then he showed her the nature's way of living without GMO plants and processed food, showing her around Portland and how things has changed from when he was a little boy. Akanke went second, with initiating the whole visa process and having Freelance Chucky visit back Babylon once more in America, visiting places such as Washington, D.C., Baltimore, New York City. Chucky saw up close the new technologies of Babylon. Soon they returned to Jamaica, where things may have become more complicated than it was before they left. There are people on here that are commenting that when Akanke and Chucky returned to Jamaica from their United States trip, after returning from traveling up and down the east coast of the United States, they were not well received back in Jamaica, and there were people being negative to them. So maybe in due time, Akanke can attest to this and give her feedback of what was actually happening, especially on how things were the last month or so leading up to Chucky's untimely demise. People just have to understand that Chucky was putting in a lot of work and was reaching people from all over. And as such, the result naturally lead to progression and elevation, mentally, spiritually, and even the physical manifestation of it. To see the work that Chucky was putting in and what he had built and not be happy for him, or at least be understanding, is selfish of people. Being able to move around and go to a different country was part of Chucky reaping the fruit of his labor. Also, there are others in the comment section saying that they hope that Chucky didn't sign any documents giving away their rights to their property, land, or businesses. I take those comments as being pointing to the elephant in the room, or the question they have in their mind but are kind of reserved to ask. And that question would be, was Chucky and Akanke married? And if they are, how long have they been married? If they are not married, were there plans in place for them to marry each other? As this plays back to, what if Chucky alleged death by accident is not indeed an accident? This is where the viewers at home can put on their thinking hat and quiz. On one side, if Freelance Chucky was married, who benefit from his alleged death by accident? On the other side, if Chucky was not married but had plans in place to get married, who benefits by him dying before actually getting to be married. We don't want to pinpoint anyone specific on either side of the fence, but these are the scenarios that plays out in everyday life. It's just that now we are using question in mind to see how it may or may not apply to Freelance Chucky scenario. In the current state of Akanke's mind, what is she thinking as she reflects? Did she see anything that she might have overlooked at first, but now that she looked back, it's more clear to her that something was off? Did she see anyone being hostile to Chucky? Or anyone that, even though he might have, give his pleasantry to, he might have been very wary and suspicious of them and keep them at a level?